It's 1945. The Axis powers are defeated. The United States has used the most powerful weapons in existence and sits at the top of the world stage. But they're not alone. Their ally, the Soviet Union, despite suffering over 26 million deaths, is the second strongest in the world, with factories still pumping out war material and everyone afraid of another invasion. The two superpowers competed for influence in various regions, engaging in proxy wars by supporting different political factions around the world. The Cold War's escalation led to the division of Europe into Western, which is capitalist, and Eastern, which is communist, blocs, further deepening the divide between the two ideologies. In addition, the two leading nations engaged in a nuclear arms race, building large, powerful arsenals of nuclear weapons aimed at the other side. If a war broke out, it could and would end the world. Once the Soviets showed they had the atomic bomb in 1949, the United States went into a panic.
Recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing. If he openly declares himself to be a communist, we take his word for it. If a person consistently reads and advocates the views expressed in a communist publication, he may be a communist. If a person supports organizations which reflect communist teachings, or organizations labeled communist by the Department of Justice, she may be a communist. If a person defends the activities of communist nations while consistently attacking the domestic and foreign policy of the United States, she may be a communist. If a person does all these things over a period of time, he must be a communist.
To many, communists were blending in, subverting people by questioning ideas of democracy and capitalism. Through all that, America was only one day away from falling to its evil enemy, communism.
I have some rather disturbing reports about you.
Such as?
Such as the fact that you're spending so much time with people who are nothing but communists.
Nothing but communism. Well, maybe there's nothing but communism for people who aren't afraid to think. Look, Dad, if you want to find out how I stand on anything, just ask me. Don't waste your time by listening to a lot of stupid.
You don't know what you're saying, Paul. You don't know what communism really means.
That meant that anyone could be a communist. Even friends or family all over the country, loyalty review boards were established, and Congress used the House Un-American Activities Committee, known as HUAC, to publicly question accused communists and gather evidence of communist subversion, of spying, and disloyalty. Some major figures, like Walt Disney himself, testified that communists were undermining their businesses. Hollywood was also a major target, and some refused to cooperate. A group of actors and writers known as the Hollywood 10 refused to testify and were blacklisted by the industry for this, losing their jobs and any chance of a career. They felt this communist panic violated the freedom of speech, but they lost their careers as others disagreed. In this panic, one name stands out amongst all the others in stoking communist fears: Senator Joseph McCarthy. The Wisconsin senator played a significant role in stoking these fears, making unfounded accusations, meaning no evidence, of communist loyalties and sympathies against various individuals in government, the entertainment industry, academia, and other areas. He famously declared that he had a secret list of 100 communist spies in the State Department. McCarthy's tactics included public hearings and sensationalized accusations, often without concrete evidence, leading to numerous careers being ruined and reputations tarnished. The fear of being labeled a communist sympathizer or a red created an environment of paranoia and suspicion, with many people facing accusations merely based on their associations or political beliefs. Someone could point a finger at you and say that you were a communist. The federal government fell into a panic. Over 300 people lost their jobs because they were accused of disloyalty or communist beliefs. Even President Eisenhower, the hero of World War II, couldn't directly confront McCarthy over this or his lies. Eisenhower could only talk about fighting censorship without naming McCarthy to avoid naming enemies. However, McCarthy went too far, and some people saw what the country had become: a paranoid place where free speech, expression, and individuality was being ripped away. After McCarthy accused the army of hiding communists, he was confronted on live television and exposed as a liar and a bully. In 1954, he was formally reprimanded and censored by the Senate, and the Red Scare finally began to die down. His name and his actions are the origin of the word we use today, McCarthyism, synonymous with using unfounded allegations to suppress political dissent of your rivals.